Hi, this is Tapcat. Welcome back to the Banner Saga. So when we left off, our caravan spotted some figures in the distance. And one woman cried out that it was the dredge, but something about it tells us they don't quite look like dredge. Gods be damned, chokes Onef, standing on one of the carts to get a better view. Worse than dredge. That's Ekil. The news spreads throughout the clansmen like wildfire. Ekil? Why would he... Unless he's after you, Onef. He's insane, interjects Onef, and unpredictable. That's a good number of fighters with him. Your mind races considering what to do. Alright, we'll dig in for a fight. Get ready, you shout, turning the wagons to form a wall. With weapons drawn, you wait. Eventually, you hear a shout on the wind. Rook, my good friend, we come to parley. He throws his weapon on the ground and approaches alone. Why would I believe a word you say? Rook, we were good friends. What happened? You tried to kill us. Just go back to Frostveller and leave us alone. Ah, Rook, it's your pretty girl. I'm glad nothing happened to her, with the dredge, I mean. My friends, how could I forget everything you've done for me? Broke into my city, took my warriors, took my food, and then killed some people so you could take more food. That was a nice touch. Took one of my best men. How are you, Onef? Did they treat you well? Shove it up your butt, Ekil. If you came out here to kill me, let's get it over with. Nothing like that. You must think you know me, or people like me. What did Onef tell you? I'm crazy? I haven't survived because I'm crazy. I did what had to be done to make it in Frostveller. The only mistake I made was you. What kind of man are you, Rook? You look like an average man to me. A man worried about his daughter, maybe. Just making his way. But then look behind you. How many people is that? They follow you? Fight for you? Why? What kind of man are you? Yeah, the kind who does what needs to be done. Then we have something in common. But unlike me, they gladly follow you. Who do these people think you are? You saved them. You're a hero. Maybe that's more important than who you really are. What's your point, Ekil? I am your prisoner, Rook. Bind my hands. Frostveller is done. I can't survive there thanks to you, my good friends. You may not have cut my throat, but you sentenced us to death. I don't believe that's who you are. Is this some kind of apology? You can't trust me, I know that. Take me and my men as prisoners, if that's what it takes. Ekil looks down at the ground and the words come slowly to him. I'm not above begging. Yeah, this is kind of hard. I swear, I feel like I have a dim memory from my earlier playthrough that all evidence to the contrary, Ekil is not as much of a scumbag as he seems like he is. Alright, we'll take them as prisoners. We'll keep you alive, but look at one man, woman, or child the wrong way, and every last one of you gets cut down on the spot. Do you understand? I may be reckless, but I pay my debts. See, that's the kind of statement that makes me want to just kill him. These people are right to follow you, Rook. You're a good man. You have each man's hands bound tightly and their bodies checked for weapons, making sure no mistakes are made. Things are certainly starting to feel complicated. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure there is a way to handle the whole Frostveller situation well. What is this? Looks different from the Godstones. No, it is a godstone. Find a surprising number of people camped out. They've been here quite a while, ever since the sun stopped. Apparently, they think Radomir, the sun god, has come back, and they're worshipping him despite the bleak environment. They welcome the caravan, mingling and swapping stories with the others while you rest. They have almost nothing of value to trade, but their leader approaches and offers to let you join in their tribute. Yeah, what does this mean? Showing you a golden liquid in a silver bowl. He places some on his chest, which almost sounds like it's sizzling, and explains through clenched teeth it's a gift from the sun god, an oil that burns like the sun and lets them see things clearly. You know, I'm just gonna move on. Not really too interested in that. You make your excuses and are soon back on the road, somewhat relieved that the worshippers showed no interest in joining you. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty clear in this game the gods have either died if they ever existed in the first place, or they're not interested anymore. Because it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on here where they help humanity in any way, shape, or form. Or even respond at all. Like all these places like the Godstones and stuff, it just seems like it's just a rock. Several people have noticed black vultures circling above the caravan, taking advantage of the light snowfall. They pose no threat, but they have a visible impact on the mood of your clansmen. That doesn't actually make sense. Vultures circle where there's food or potential food. The next time you look back, Oddleaf is firing arrows into the air, which nearly tag the birds once or twice. Get lost. No dead down here, she shouts to nobody in particular. Just let her get out. Yeah, the aggression. After a couple more shots, she manages to tag one of the vultures, which falls out of the sky. She recovers it, laughing to herself, and comes to show you the black feathers. You know, says Oddleaf, scanning the caravan, a lot of these women, they could do this. You can tell from the look in her eyes she's excited about the idea. I think I'm going to start training them how to fight. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. You can always use more fighters, you tell Oddleaf. If Alette is any proof, you know how to train someone with a bow. Oddleaf gives you a smile. She heads off to some of the women in the caravan, showing them the vulture she shot down. I mean, I've never had vulture meat, but it's probably edible, so even if they didn't help against something like dredge, you know, supplies are a thing. Well, what else? An old man sits astride an overgrown portion of the trail. You lost, you ask? By the way, can I just ask, overgrown? With what? There's no plants out here. Anyway, we ask him if he's lost. He adjusts the leather strap on his head and says, "No, are you?" He jumps and shuffles toward the caravan, his tattered clothes revealing no weapons. "Well, I've seen better," the old man says, peering into the supply wagons, "but I'll join you." Oh, well, that's a privilege. He stands next to a fighter, throws his beard over his shoulder, and puffs up his chest. The fighter grins, and the stranger exhales, asking, "What are we waiting for? Lead the way." "Sure, why not? You're welcome to join if you can keep pace." "Keep pace," the old man puffs through his mustache. "No fleeter than old Unnar. And husbands, mind your wives. I'm cursed with the golden tongue, not silver." The caravan enjoys a good laugh as they start moving once again. Well, I figure at some point we gotta hit some trouble here. This is interesting. This is just a long stretch of journeying with dialogue only. I mean, it's all good stuff, so I'm not complaining, but Looks like something's coming up. A flurry of snowfall seems to come out of nowhere and quickly thickens until you are unable to see the man in front of you. You shout out a complete halt, but the screaming winds drown out the sound. A day passes before the blizzard abates and clansmen start to reappear from the snowdrifts. It quickly becomes apparent that not everybody is where you last saw them, and a quick search of the area is not enough to recover all the missing clansmen. You know, I would want to make a thorough search and a bonfire. I feel like that isn't mutually exclusive. We will make a thorough search. We'll try that. It takes time to establish proper search teams, but you devise a way to quickly cover as much ground as possible. After a full day of searching, you find many survivors, but your successes are dampened by a number of frozen bodies and others who have simply vanished. Disheartened, you return to travel. Well, that was a good time. We should rest account. Oh my gosh, yeah. I didn't notice that our morale was getting so low. So that's fine. We'll rest. Let's do that. At least I'm back up to neutral. Alright. So we're back up to great morale. Unfortunately, I did lose a number of supplies, but we'll live. Hopefully.
Wormtow was never the kind of place someone would build a town. Fittingly, the Varl living here aren't known for welcoming visitors with open arms.
Well, hopefully they'll welcome us. The Varl find you before you see them. Not surprising with this many people behind you. With weapons drawn, they demand to know why you're here, but back down when Ivor tells them he's come to see someone named Crummer. Well, I'll be damned. Crummer, it's been a long time. Yeah, it has. So what brings Ingvar to Wormtow with his very own village of humans? This guy looks really cool, actually. Bad news. Dredge are coming down from the north. We barely made it this far. That is dire news. Come on, we have food. We'll discuss more in the meat house. As you follow the old Varl into their meager town, you catch him quietly saying, "If it were anyone else." Well, it's not. I've talked with the warriors here. I'll be honest with you. Half want to go north and find out what happened at Blotzbalker. Some think we should go to Grafheim instead. None of them are happy you're here. What do you think? If I had it my way, I'd stay here and let the dredge come. But you made this a problem, didn't you? We can't feed this many people for long, even if they don't eat much. This is a Varl town. Most of us take care of ourselves. You've got women, children. We could pitch in, make this place livable. It doesn't work like that. These Varl are here to get away from civilization, not make one. It's Crummer's call. It won't be long before Dredge are here, too. No, it won't. If there's one thing we should do, it's tell Jorindr what's going on. Who's Jorindr? A Varl king. Well, as close to one as we have. Ingvar, where'd you find these people? Stay here and rest. But once yours are ready to go, we do. I'm going to see off those who want to head north. But I'll join you to Grafheim. More travel? No, we've already come so far. Stop the pouting, girlie. Even if Jorindr won't listen to a tired old Varl like me, I have a feeling they'll pay attention to your friend Ingvar here. They'll listen to Ivor? He hasn't told you? Of course he hasn't. Do what you need to, but don't be long. So what is Ivor, like royalty or something? That's kind of the implication I'm getting. All right, well, apparently, even though we just talked to this guy, we can talk to him again. Crummer, can you spare a moment? Mostly no, but I'll try. I never had a moment to thank you for your hospitality. Consider it done, then. So who is Ingvar? He's not going to answer this. I'm not surprised he never told you. I'm just surprised he can stand being around anyone at all. Your friend was one of us long ago. I mean the dredge-bashing type. He was called Ingvar then. And if you want to know why he changed his name, best ask him yourself. Yeah, I figured. I'm too old to peddle and gossip. I bet you have some incredible stories. I might. Or I could be the most boring Varl you'll ever meet. Depends on how much you like killing dredge. Well, that's the truth. Ask me again someday. Might tell you about the time we filled a dead yox with whale teeth. And why. Alright, how did you get all these Varl to follow you? Respect, young one. After the Second Great War, wasn't much for me left to do. So I started training other Varl to fight. Got tired of that, made a place in Wormtoe. They still come calling, even with no wars to speak of. Seems like that may be changing, though, don't it? Yes, it does. Any wisdom on fighting dredge? Depends how much you know. They're all armor. Tap 'em hard enough, though, and it'll shatter. Line up a whole row of slag, and they'll explode on each other all the way down. Well, we've seen that. You get in a big brawl, half your time is spent setting them up for it. And if you see one bang his axe like a tuning fork, try to kill him quick. Sometimes the slag he's calling won't even show up. This is good advice, but I feel like by this point in the game, you would already know that. It would have been nice if, they had somebody say that earlier. Anyway, let's leave him to his business. Take care, friend of Ingvar. All right, so we should rest one more day. Let me see if there's anything in the market. I don't really want to spend renown on any of this. Ooh, 1 renown gets 4 supplies. That's really good. I don't have a ton. Wait. 26, 27, 28. All right, that gets me back up to 30 days. I think that's pretty good. Unfortunately, I'm going to be pretty well stripped of renown, but that's a really good buy. I mean, we need supplies. There's no question about that. I assume that we're good here. That's good because I couldn't actually promote anybody, even if I wanted to. Do I want to buy one more day and then rest a day to get our morale up? I think I do. So let's go ahead and rest. Get back up to great morale. And then how much do I need to buy? Would 1 day do it? Yeah. Okay, perfect. One tick is what I meant to say. Okay, we're good. We're back up to 30 days. Let's leave it at that. And we'll move on. There's nothing else here, right? Yeah, just a map. Actually, I'd like to see the map because we're on our way to Grafheim, and that is where we left the other group. So we're not that far. We're not that far. That means we're coming up on the end of this game. I mean, I'm not saying it's like in the next installment or whatever, but it's coming. Crap. Here it is. I couldn't remember how to get back off of the map. Let's leave. Let's go and do some stuff. Grafheim's quite a few days out, says Crummer, but nothing worse than crossing the Waste, I imagine. If there's anywhere you might be safe from dredge, it's there. Well, or not. You steel yourself for another long march, and half the town of Wormtoad joins you. I wish they'd all come. We did pick up some Varl, although unfortunately that means my supplies aren't going to go quite as far. I am glad that I bought some. Stop, a resolute voice calls from somewhere in front of you. The surrounding terrain comes alive with armed fighters surrounding the caravan. No need for bloodshed, the leader says. Leave a couple wagons and pretend you never even stopped here. Yeah, I'm not really into that. We're going to tell him about the dredge. I'm guessing you have no idea the dredge are on their way, you shout. If that's the case, friend, says the leader, we need those supplies more than ever. Yeah, you know, I wondered if I should have just attacked immediately. Oh well, I didn't. So without even a glance to his men, the attack begins. Alright, well, we'll kill some dudes. So, let's get Onif out. I definitely want another Varl. I mean, that's not even a question, really. And I want to get this guy up to level 2. Now, I don't want any more than 2 level 1s in this fight. I think that's fine. Oddleaf isn't like the toughest fighter we've got, but we will make do. Okay. So nobody is a monster, you know, like we're gonna be okay-ish. Huh. Alright, I tell you what. Let me do this. You come here. You come here. I'm gonna put him like here and Oddleaf pretty close behind. So this way, hopefully I can kind of anchor the side over here with him. I'm going to use this. I don't think I've used it before. But pushing him back seems, well, mediocre in hindsight. I don't really love that power compared to some, but whatever. Alright. What does this do? Forge ahead selected. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that right now. I feel like if I could take even just a little of the starch out of this guy, that would be really helpful right now. Okay. I want to move... Well, no, I guess I'm not. I was going to say I want to move adjacent to him, but actually he's the one that would benefit him. I'm going to use stone wall here and hope that at least one guy takes a swing at him. Alright, his armor is getting hit really hard. I don't like that. Alright, let's try to do some damage to this guy. Alright, Rook. I'm not going to be close enough to hit her. But I can definitely do some damage to this guy. And getting 2 of their 4 melee fighters, you know, fairly far down in health. That's not bad. So now, Oddleaf, I'm going to have her do the same darn thing. Alright. So... yeah. He did a good job on that guy's armor. There's no question about that. But I'm afraid little Miss here is about to have a bad time. Because she's going down. And that was the whole point of stacking it over here. I wanted to try and take her out. And then, of course, anybody else that I can early is fine. What's his armor? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not that amazing. This is an easy kill for him. If I get him one more kill, we're going to have a promotion for him. But I don't know how easy that's going to be, in all honesty. Alright. Hold on. I am going to just rack as much of this guy's armor as I can, because his armor is pretty good and his strength is pretty good, so we got to start working on him. But I think I got to get Ivor out of there when I can, unfortunately. I really want to get Hogan a kill, but I'm not doing it right this second. I don't think there's any question about that. Alright, at least I did good work on his armor. Doggone it. I was going to move Ivor back, but that's what happens. Okay, let me... hold on. So all of those guys are enemies. Okay, but that said, I can come over here. No, no, no. Hold on. And mark prey on this guy. And now he'll attack him. There we go. Okay. I'm going to leave Oddleaf where she's at and get the kill. I don't want anybody getting a chance to hurt her if I can help it. This is a tough fight. Let me come here. I purposely didn't use my willpower. And I did that so that he can get a kill, although I may regret that. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't get to him. He's in the way. Oh, stupid. Oh, that's so annoying. Alright, never mind. I thought, I don't know why. I thought I had a path there. Obviously, I didn't. I mean, I got Rooker promotion, which is fine, but it's just... these level 1 guys, I've said it before, they're really not super useful. And getting them their first couple promotions not only has a big impact, but it's also so much less costly in terms of the renown. So, like, having all these guys that are at least level 3 already get promoted, it doesn't help as much for the simple fact that I can't promote most of them anyway. In fact, I don't think I'm going to promote any of them right now. I don't think I have enough renown to do it. I would have enough renown to take somebody from 2 to 3. Like, see, I could do her. And then I would have actual 0. And I got to rest for 3 days to get Ivor back to normal, but I'm not going to. Not when he's the only injured guy. Alright, well, we'll go a little farther, but we're pretty much reaching the point where we need to shut it down for today. I should probably stop, I suppose. I can still see Wormtoe off on the side. I'd like to at least make enough progress. So our morale has dropped. Alright, here we go. A trail of blood leads to a clearing where you find a large, wounded Varl. He is gnawing on his shield, swearing at no one in particular, and occasionally slamming his cudgel on the ground. If not for the heavy bleeding, you'd leave this one alone without a second thought. We can help if you want it. In a heartbeat, the Varl is on his feet, swinging his massive weapon. You jump clear as the cudgel smashes through the trunk of a tree. Your party scatters to avoid the falling timber. Once you recover, the Varl is long gone, leaving only another trail of blood which you decide against following this time. Wow, that's pretty trippy. Guy's a little nuts. You haven't seen Alette for much of the day. When you do find her, she's returning to camp alone from a fair distance away, looking rather sullen. She keeps her eyes on the ground as you approach. Let's just sit quietly beside her. I feel like things are changing so quickly, she eventually confides. It's not just that. Everything is going so wrong. I've been talking to Ekel a lot. This gets your attention. What has he been telling you? He told me how he and Onif are kin. Ekel had a sister who married Onif, but she died a long time ago. They've been bound since, but then Onif left without him. Just left him behind without a word. That's why he came after us. How could I confirm Ekel's story? Do I remember hearing that? Did Onif tell us something about that? Yeah. See, I wish there was something more in the middle. Like, I'm not going to say you can't trust anything he says, but like you should be skeptical. I guess I'll say this. I don't, says Alette. I'm not stupid, you know. I don't go alone. I always bring Oddleaf with me. She stalks off back to camp. Yeah, see, I knew that. She gets all huffy. So, alright, whatever. Alright, you know what? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and shut it down. So, we will want to rest one day for sure. Because we want to get our morale back up. Now, is he still going to be 2 days hurt? Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to justify resting 2 more days and using up those supplies for just one guy. It's almost 10% of my supplies. Alright, well, we'll figure that out when we come back. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time.